Now what we need to do is put some concrete driveways and things in our house. So we go up here to landscapes, fills. Now we've got standard grade concrete and exposed ag concrete. Now these two are priced, as you can see by the asterisks. There's a lot of other decorative things in here though, like bark, paver, water, soil, gravel and whatnot. They're used just to make the drawing in a 3D perspective look good for people by putting gardens and things in, and even footpath concrete. I use that out the front here quite often on the boundary to show people basically show where the boundary is, make it look a bit more realistic. If you're using footpath concrete, there's no price attached, so it's purely for decorative. So what we're going to do is use grey concrete. Now if this was a house that we were pricing for someone, we would have done a site inspection, so we would know if there's a crossover, or if there's not, where the crossover would start. So the crossover might start 4 metres from here, so we'd mark 4 metres here and go in. Now the problem with this one is fictional, so we don't actually have a crossover, but we're just going to say okay, it starts about here. So we'll go up here. Now usually you would probably, actually I'll repeat that, we'll start from the corner of the garage here, come out. Why is it snapping over there? It's a bit strange. Anyway, we could use our snap track too by going like this, and it gives me a nice straight line of from that corner. Now we want to go in this house, we'd go down the veranda, go around that post, and this one, you might put something out the front to the little path out the front yard, snap track that, get as a line. Where's that line? There. Back into the back of that, back into there, and now the other ones went off there, so what we might do is get that point. There it is. Around to the corner here, back till we get back to the house. And all the way back down here again till we get to the corner. So we go to the corner of the house, back to there like that, finish. So we've got a driveway, we've got a path now. That's a lot of concrete because we've gone right out to there. Like you might take it to the external corner there like that, and you might actually grab this corner and just drag it in a bit. It might be where the real crossover is. They might come in like that. Have a look at the block and see what you think will work. This situation, we'll just edit undo that, we'll leave it the way it was. Ask the client where they want the concrete, but try to put as minimal concrete as you possibly can, because at the end of the day, the client's going to pay for it, and the better price you can get the house, the more success you're going to have in selling it. So we're going to go do something at the back here. So go over there again, and we'll get our snap track going on. Across here, down there, and back to that corner, finish. So there's our patio done. Now the other spot we might need some is out the back for a clothesline. Now this is not a very good looking spot for a clothesline because it's right out off the family room, but for this purpose this is where we'll put it. So we'll come out down here, come across to say about there, go out 2 metres, come across 2.5, we'll go 3. Alright, back in here, back to the corner, zoom in here so we can see where it's. Righto, finish that. I usually make this path about 800 wide, so if you want to know where that goes, we just click that on there, go 800, and then you can just snap hold of this, snap it to it. Alright, get rid of the 800, don't need that there anymore. So that's as easy as it is putting concrete. Now we put all this concrete in, it'll be in the price. You want to know how much concrete you've got in it, you go to here, analyse project, and it'll bring up, if it's on import to data build Cavalier, it'll tell you what you've got. So standard grade concrete, we're at 120 metres, that's a lot of concrete. It'll also in this table will show you everything that's possibly in the house, like our hips and valleys we put in earlier, our biparting door we got at the back, all these things, robe shelves, they're all in here. So don't save and close at this stage. I'll show you when to do that later. Just exit. Now to make it look good, while you're on this level, we're going to put some thatching over it. So hit the thatch button. It's likely to come up already with the concrete. If not, you go and select in here to select the pattern you're after. Like you got concrete, you might want to put some stone, all the different types of thatching. But for this exercise, we're doing concrete. So okay, and we start from the. I'll just go around the concrete where we went before. Turn snap track off because we can just snap to the points we've already put our concrete on. And come back here. Around this. Up here till we get to there. Now I can see that our concrete's wrong underneath that, so I'll be able to fix that in a moment. And make sure they both follow each line, otherwise you'll end up with lines all going everywhere. Back to here, back down there, and finish. And when it was hidden, so there we go. So you can see, makes it quite clear where the concrete's going. Now one thing we do have to do is the concrete here was in the wrong spot, but now our thatching's actually in the right spot. We just pull that to there like that. The reason that's not snapping is you'll find drafting, which is what the thatching's on, is not selected. So if I select that on concrete, that should, what's going on? There we go, snaps to there. Okay, so that's pretty simple, and you just do the same at the back. While you're on this stage, what you might want to do too to make the house look a little bit neater in 3D, go to fences, put a snap there, back to here, back here, and there. And also to make it look a little bit better, we might go back to our fills, put a bit of footpath concrete in here, and there. We might go up there just to navigate the block a little bit. Put our angle snap on. Coming out about 1200, just a guess is good enough. Across here. Finish. Now, if we zoom out a little bit, when a person comes to look at their house, you can say, well, that's how much room you've got on your block, and you can zoom around like that and see how the footpath gives the definition of where the block starts and stops. They can see their concrete, what they're going to get, and because we put the fence in, they can see how close it is to the back fence, how much room they have around the house, how much room they might have for a shed over in this corner or whatever. But it's a pretty handy tool. Another thing we can do while we're on fills and things is they might want to put a garden bed in the front here. So what you could do is get some of the bark, say for instance, and you could nip around here with it, and let's zoom in there a bit. Go to there, go to the front of the pier, across here, down here, come out so far, go up, go across an angle maybe, go across on an angle again, down there like that, finish it. Now what you can do with this bark, you can now manipulate it. You might want to move that a bit closer, you might want to move this a bit further away, you might want to move that, whatever you want to do with it. Another thing you can also do is if you wanted to, you could curve it. So you just right click, go curve, hover over the node you want to curve it like that, look a bit neater. And then you can go over here to plants, and you could pick some, we'll collapse them all. Collapse all, what we can have a look at, we might put plants, just seeing what you think looks alright. say there you go, put some grasses or something in. What about some wallaby grass? There you go, put a few of those in. Then you just click them around. Can just sort of spruce up, sell the dream a bit. What else have we got? We could put some palm trees. What about them? There's one here that doesn't look too bad. That one there looks alright. I'll put a couple of those in there. One in each corner. Right, no, we'll only do that side just for the exercise sake. Go into 3D, and all of a sudden the house will start to take a little bit of shape. Okay, so I know what I'd rather look at. Someone showed me that with a bit of garden in it. Now that's not the best looking garden, but you get the idea of how you're able to manipulate it. Another thing that does can look good, say around here, you might want to put some garden edging in. Go back in the 2D. There is actually a section here for garden edging. I actually tend to use fills a bit more. I use a paver, and I just do it again around my areas that I've got, like this. For some reason or another, I'll just make it big, doesn't matter. Oops, that's a bit dodgy, that one. Finish. Now I'll bring this over here. I want to be pretty close to it. Remember, it's only a brick, so it wants to be pretty close. Curve. And that'll just snap to that. This one here, go curve again. You can curve that pretty close to that one. Go over here. We'll go curve. Move this one back here a little bit. Move this one back over here a little bit, because like I said, it's only paving, so it's got to be pretty skinny. Curve that. Right, now go back into 3D perspective, and now we've got a little bit of paving around it. Okay, so that's how you do driveways and fills. It's endless. It's what you can do.